At my son's engagement dinner, I accidentally spilled wine. My husband snapped his fingers in front of the guests. "Look at her, clumsy housewife. Get on your knees and clean it, now." As I bent down crying, the bride's billionaire father stood up and kicked the chair away. He knelt on the floor with me, held my face, and whispered, "Elizabeth, you disappeared 30 years ago. I never stopped loving you." I froze. "I'm glad to have you here. Follow my story until the end and comment the city you're watching from, so I can see how far my story has reached. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm 59 years old. For 39 years, I've been married to Bradley, and for 39 years, I felt invisible. Tonight was supposed to be special, our son Dylan's engagement dinner at the Preston Valley Country Club. Instead, it became the night that changed everything. I should have known something would go wrong. It always did when Bradley wanted to impress people. The crystal chandeliers cast dancing shadows across the Persian rugs as I moved carefully between the tables, serving wine to the guests. Yes, serving. At my own son's engagement party. "Elizabeth, hurry up with that wine," Bradley snapped from across the room, his voice cutting through the gentle murmur of conversation. These people don't have all night. I felt my cheeks burn as several guests turned to look at me. Mrs. Henderson from Bradley's car dealership shook her head disapprovingly, while the country club members whispered behind their cloth napkins. I was the only wife serving at her own son's celebration, but Bradley insisted I couldn't afford the catering staff. "Coming, dear," I replied softly, gripping the wine bottle tighter. The bottle felt heavier than usual in my hands, or maybe my hands were just shakier. At 59, I'd learned to keep my voice steady even when my heart was breaking. Dylan sat at the head table with his fiancée, Sophia. She was beautiful, 35 years old with long auburn hair and intelligent green eyes. More importantly, she was kind to me, which made her a rarity in Bradley's world. Her father sat beside her, a distinguished man in his early 60s with salt and pepper hair and kind eyes. I'd heard he was some sort of businessman, very successful, but he seemed different from the usual crowd Bradley tried to impress. As I approached their table, Sophia smiled warmly at me. "Thank you, Mrs. Morrison. You don't need to serve us. Please, sit and enjoy the party." Bradley's laugh boomed across the room. "Don't mind Elizabeth, Sophia. She enjoys keeping busy, gives her purpose." I forced a smile and continued pouring wine. The shame burned in my chest, but I was used to it. 39 years of marriage had taught me that fighting back only made things worse. At least Dylan looked uncomfortable with his father's comment. That gave me some small comfort. The disaster happened as I reached for Sophia's father's glass. My sleeve caught the edge of his water glass, and everything seemed to move in slow motion. The wine bottle tilted, and deep red wine splashed across the pristine white tablecloth and onto the expensive Persian rug beneath our feet. The entire room fell silent. "Oh God, I'm so sorry," I whispered, frantically reaching for napkins. My hands